we've been having really mild weather. Snow, flakes, just a bit, and dreary, sure. But we've also had sun. It's just been lovely. So I know there's some little scraps I can see out in the garden. And from my bathroom window, I can see some celery leaves, I think it is. So I'm just going to gather, scrounge around and see if there's little bits and bobs, because I can always throw it in some food. I'll always take any scraps because, you know, I can get creative and make lots of things. There's broccoli here. It's amazing. You know, I'm even going to take this somewhat, we'll call it cabbage leaves, because it hasn't formed a cabbage yet. But, goodness, that can go into some meal. That one. Some beautiful greens. I'll get on and harvest from here and I'll show you what I've got. This is what I could see from my bathroom window upstairs. A little worse for wear, but what's coming up through the middle looks great. It is too, it's beautiful. I don't know if some of these things will taste bitter, but I will taste test before I serve. And I'm sure I can make some food from here. Ooh. A lot of dead stuff, but there's some great thyme here. May not be peak season garden fresh. Oh, it smells perfect, but it's garden fresh nonetheless. So let me dump this out and we'll see what we have. Well, I'm really happy with this. So I've got some thyme, some broccoli, some cabbagey things, some chard, Swiss chard, some mizuna, some celery leaves, and I think this is collards. So I've brought my little scrappy haul inside. I've washed everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is separate some of the greens to make a salad. I have some leftover iceberg lettuce that I'll just top all these on. So I've got the mizuna and the Swiss chard, and I'm going to use a few celery leaves just to add a bit of flavor. I'm adding some of the microgreens. They're almost all finished yet. I've been plowing through those. It's time to start some more, actually. And then some of the pea sprouts that I've started. So they'll have a nice little pop too. Now with the cabbage, I'll take an onion. And, oh, there's 2 big fat garlic cloves. Now with the rest, these almost cabbages, I'm going to get on with dinner. It's time to get going. So the broccoli and broccolini, it's mostly broccolini, although I had a broccoli I left out on in the garden. That will be steamed. I have bunched up some thyme. Can never get enough of that, so that's great. Now I've already ground off some pork chops because I thought cabbage and pork chops. So first I'm going to saute some garlic and onions in bacon fat, a little bit of olive oil so it doesn't brown. So I'll go on and do that. Then I'm going to chop these up and they'll lay on the bottom with some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar, I think. Maybe a bit of chicken stock. I have to think as I'm going, maybe a little bit of some hot pepper. And then the pork chops will lay on top and go in the oven to finish it off. So I've chopped the cabbage, that's not bad, that'll do for us. I ended up using all the celery, that'll add lots of flavor. And then I'm going to go through these greens carefully, make sure that they all look fine. They have been out, it's January, and they look fine, but I'm going to add them, whatever this one is. It's a brassica of some sort. And there's even some pak choy here. There's chard, I'll just throw that in. It's softer, but that'll be okay. And that'll go in the bottom of the pan. Onions and garlic and thyme are already in there. That thyme smells beautiful. In fact, of course, don't garlic and onions always smell great together. Even the little bits of the stems, I don't waste. I just chop them finer. I think I'll saute those just a bit also before it goes in the oven to get it on its way. Just the rest of those greens. I'll get it all stirred up when I saute a bit. Yes, we'll add some of my homemade apple cider vinegar now. Salt, pepper. Okay, just do a little test to make sure it's soft enough. It's going in the oven, but I still want those red cabbage leaves to have firmed up, softened up. Oh, it's lovely. That tastes great. It's a perfect balance. I did put a tablespoon or less, maybe a teaspoon of brown sugar in just to even it out a bit. That's great. Now see if the pork chops, I can fit them in there. Gonna have to do like that. And any juices, we'll get those in there too. So the oven's preheated. I'll get this in for our supper. Scraps from the garden, not gone to waste. Scraps from indoors, not gone to waste. Using everything up. It's wonderful in January. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care, and we'll see you soon.